This is a soccer player. This is a rugby player. And this is a basketball player. Why am I showing you this? Because there is one important thing they all have in common: sprinting. Every athlete needs to sprint. Sprinting has so many benefits. Sprinting can be a great muscle building sport. The reason is that most of the muscle fibers that are trained during sprinting are fast twitch muscle fibers. There are two types of muscle fibers in the body: fast twitch and slow twitch. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but just know that fast twitch muscle fibers are the larger of fibers and tire faster than slow twitch fibers. Since fast twitch fibers are larger and are trained more during sprints, this explains why sprinting can develop good-looking and athletic physiques. The bones also become denser and stronger due to impact on the ground. These impacts cause microfractures, but not in a bad way. These fractures are extremely tiny, but they cause the bone to call out for more calcium to rebuild the bones stronger in response to the sprinting. Metabolism is something that is increased in most sports, and this includes sprinting. Not only is metabolism increased, but your body turns food into energy much faster than it usually would after a workout. This is actually what metabolism refers to: the chemical reactions in our cells that change food into energy. Studies have tested and found that the metabolism of those who did high-intensity workouts, such as sprinting, was much higher than the average metabolism of those who did steady-state cardio, for instance running or cycling. Of course, another benefit is if you are tight on time and are looking to burn fat and get leaner, then sprinting is for you. You would be burning more calories during and after sprinting than steady-state cardio in the same time. Another less talked about benefits would be increased mood and confidence. You just feel happier after completing a whole workout, especially a difficult one such as sprinting. You also feel very confident if you were trying to break a personal record in sprinting and you succeed at your goal. Along with all the other benefits, your confidence in your own body and mind would definitely increase. Testosterone is also increased greatly, as well as human growth hormone in sports, and once again, especially sprinting. Setting goals and achieving them has been shown in numerous studies to boost testosterone, which would increase muscle mass, bone density, and fat burning. Human growth hormone is also secreted in higher quantities to different sports and would definitely support the other benefits of sprinting. I probably don't have to go over why sprinting or sports in general would increase heart health, but at this point, even little children know sports helps the heart. But in case you don't know, I'll briefly explain. The heart is more or less like any other muscle. Stress, the right kind, is placed on the heart and it will start to grow or become stronger in response to the stress. Running, sprinting, and other aerobic exercises, aerobic meaning using oxygen, increases the heart rate. These exercises apply the right type of stress on the heart, which is opposite to the bad type of stress. So in conclusion, to avoid a heart attack, you need to bring your heart closer to a heart attack. Most sprinting workouts have a really interesting structure to them. They consist of usually 3 parts. Warm-up, which is actually split into 2 smaller parts. Part 1, in which you would go jogging for 5 to 10 minutes. And Part 2, dynamic stretches to wake up the key muscles that will be trained the hardest during sprints. These usually include the hamstrings, the lower back, the calves and quads, the glutes and the shoulders. The reason for the shoulders is that when you are sprinting, you vigorously move the shoulders. This can be dangerous if you are new to exercising at all. Most expert sprinters' warm-ups can be up to 1 hour long, maybe even more for an important race. The next part of a sprinter's workout is usually some drills. These are necessary to teach yourself the technique that you would need to sprint, raising the legs as high as possible, avoiding slamming the heel on the ground, trying to keep an erect upper body, and of course moving your arms correctly. Then the fun part begins: incremental sprinting. This means you would be doing sprints at a comfortable speed and slowly increasing the speed each lap. I would also recommend you increase your flexibility, and a little tip is to run on grass or a softer track. This is to avoid injuries, especially if you are a beginner. Even the best sprinters run on grass, which is why I recommend this. Here's a bonus tip. But first, if you're considering or already made up your mind about sprinting, there's a free program down in the description. And the bonus tip, it is also best to avoid going all out with your sprints as a beginner. Only go 80 to 90% of your maximum effort. Other than that, wear the right shoes and clothing and make sure your diet is on point. You've heard it before, you cannot outrun a bad diet.